You gonna come back up, Astra? You gonna come back up? She really does like it when she gets to sit in my lap in the morning. Don't you, girl? Don't ya? Oh, back to daily devotionals live. So sorry about the last week, guys. I tried. There's a lot going on in the mornings. I forget. I did. I totally forgot that there's a lot going on in the mornings to be able to do daily devotional when I'm not alone. One of the things that is reality, right, is that my husband gets up at 4:30 or he's up at 4 to be at work by 4 o'clock. So he gets to work by 3:45, 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Oh my goodness. He's up at 4. He gets to work. He's usually out of the house by 4:30, so he can get to work by 4:45, and he can start right at 5. A little bit, 4:45, 5. So I'm up, and usually it's the door closing downstairs that wakes me up. Him getting out of bed doesn't wake me up. And then, so I take my meds then, and then usually by 5 o'clock I'm up. I mean, I'm moving around. So when we have vacation, the irony, right, is that he's up. Even at the latest, he's up at 6:30. We both had a really late day, which was 7 a.m., but that was on the weekend, and I don't normally do daily devotions on the weekend anyway. So, timing for daily devotions on vacations when he has vacation is tricky. So, I think I'm just going to not fight that. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to really work hard on banking a good amount of daily devotions that I can have as backups for when my husband goes on vacation or when I have a bad day. Because that's reality. But my bad day or my husband's vacation should not interrupt your Monday through Friday daily availability of daily devotions. So I didn't do my proper introduction. We're 3 minutes in. Today is Tuesday. It is January 2, 2024. Wow. Amazing. We have been doing daily devotions since 2017. So there is a bank of over, I know I'm over 365. I think I'm over 415 now, but I'm not going to swear to that. There is a lot of material on this channel. So you could literally start at the very beginning and go through all the daily devotions every single day of the week and always have something to look at. And I want to thank those of you that have joined recently. And I want to say a big thanks out to those who have been a part of this channel since the very beginning. It's very exciting. We are now in the tide of destruction, which is winter solstice to spring equinox. I would love for you, if you enjoy these, to hit the subscribe and the little bell icon so you get updates. The bell icon will let you know when I plan to go live. So I determine when I'm going to go live normally the morning of. So I'm up at 5 and I kind of get moving, and that gives me a good idea. Hey, am I going to do a daily devotional early or am I going to do a daily devotion late? 9 times out of 10, it seems to be between 6:30 and 7. I have had later and I have had earlier. So you don't have to join me live. It is really nice when you join me live. Okay, so we're going to get into the nitty-gritty. We're about 5 minutes in. That gives a lot of anybody a chance to join if they're going to, if they have the little icon on. So last year, we drew for 2 new decks, and then I actually got a 3rd deck. But this is one of the decks we drew on, the Sacred Self-Care Oracle. So I wanted to start, I think I'm going to do a self-care card every day and add it to the Spirit Animal card. And then we'll do our Oracle card. So this one is Nourish Your Inner Temple, which I thought was amazing. I nourish my body with healthy food, clean water, and positive self-talk. When you take pride in how you care for your physical temple, you glow. When you nourish your body consistently, tending to it as you would something sacred, others pick up on the radiant light emanating from you. Okay, so I'm going to talk more about that here in a minute. The next card is the Scorpion. Woohoo! Scorpion. Passionate, competitive, tends toward isolation. The Scorpion is a passionate, determined creature. Their career is very important to them, as are a few select friends. Sometimes the Scorpion's heat festers, and they focus on the unresolved event from the past, usually a situation where they are left feeling burned. The Scorpion card says it's time to come clean about your feelings so everyone can heal and you can get back to your usual fiery but fun self. When in balance, wild and free and fierce. When out of balance, jealous, resentful, and unresolved. To bring into balance, honest, and forgiveness. That's a good one. Okay, and our oracle for today is water. Water symbolizes purification, regeneration, birth, revival, and cleansing. It signifies an evolutionary shift from former self to new self. Many myths around the world speak of a great flood, the new life that is revealed after a deluge. Water begins without boundaries. Then, as soon as a form has separated itself from water, it comes under the laws of time and life, thus acquiring limitations. The invitation of water. When water arrives, you're invited to watch your emotions, how they are going to be changeable, and do not settle on a conclusion that is time. If you feel joy, feel it fully. If you feel sad, allow sadness to move through you. Water invites you to see the ebb and flow of events and trust you can ride the wave of opportunity when it arises. Natural flow is here, go with it. The medicine of water. This is a time for cleansing unwanted energy and sticky feelings. Consider this, what water does to the flesh, it does in sacred ritual to the spirit. The spiritual cleansing, like baptism, is the opportunity to get an instantaneous experience of the timeless, non-ordinary reality in which all true creation takes place. Now is also a time that is pregnant with potential for you. Carl Jung talked about the maternal womb-like significance of water as a universal symbol. Water represents the potentiality of existence. It precedes and sustains every creation. Emergence from this manifestation, immersion in it is dissolution of form. Because of this, it symbolizes regeneration. Make way for the process. You can expect it to be messy, but worth it. Okay. So, couple things. Water symbolizes purification, regeneration, birth, revival, and cleansing. So a couple things. There's a lot today, right? So I wanted to start with water and self-care card. Nourish your temple. So these two. And then the journal prompt for self-care today is, what is your body calling for and what can you do to nourish it more? And with that, I'm going to advise you to go over to Eileen McCusack's YouTube channel and her Sonic Sundays playlist, number 11. It's called Breath. Just go watch that. Then you can come back to this. But if you don't want to, that's fine. So a couple things. I talk about it all the time. I'm actually working on a manuscript I thought it was I actually thought I had 3 manuscripts, and I do apparently only have 1. I just didn't realize you could put them together. But I talk about self-care. I talk about a quality of what I call the 5 pillars. And it has to do, one of the pillars is breath, and one of the pillars is water. And in this self-care, one of the things that I thought was really important was how water came up, nourishing your body, nourishing your emotions, and nourishing the ability to flow with change and the ability to flow with what fills you with joy. And the other side of it is, I love how and you can go back to a lot of daily devotions, and I talk about this a lot, and I like how Eileen talks about it too, is, when there is such a thing as this new agey spiritual idea that you can't have a bad day. You can't have, if your negative emotions are overwhelming you. Emotions are emotions. They just are. We need to have the vacillating emotional flow. And our bodies that are 99.9% water by volume, it's important that we charge our water. Charge your water. Charge your water with good intentions. Charge your water with a tuning fork. Charge your water with vitalization. When I drink my tea in the morning, something that I do, I make my tea, and then my very first cup is what I call my bullet tea. So it has cream, and it has hydrolyzed protein powder to give me a really good protein start for my brain. And I charge it. And I charge it usually, most mornings I charge with vitality. Help me to be connected to my body, help me to be connected to all of the emotions that I'm feeling, help me be connected to every cell. Every 99.9% of my cells are full of water. So this water has the potentiality to feed all of those cells. And I want that first cup to be filled with connection and honoring my human temple, because this human meat suit's the only one I get this go around, okay? So I want to take care of it. I want to honor it. I want to love my body. We all have, I think many people do anyway, have a hard time with what society tells them about their body and what they feel in their body. And I do struggle with my meat suit. I struggle that it doesn't do all the things that I want it to. But honoring, nourishing your temple means that you're honoring everything that you're putting into it, and you're honoring the temple that you have. And that doesn't mean it's easy. I know many people, they don't like their feet, they don't like their knees, they don't like different pieces of themselves. Every single piece of you is a part of you. When you separate and not like one little piece, it can disrupt the whole body. I really struggle with hips. My hips, I really struggle with the size of where my weight goes in my body. I struggle with that. And I know that I struggle with that because it was a gift of my mother. My mother really struggled with that. And I, too, took that on. And I am really, really working on that right now. That is something that I'm really, really working on. And it's hard. It's so hard to work on that, to untangle the trauma gift from your mom, especially if you're a woman. If you have body shame issues, learning to love your body. I love all the other parts of my body. I really do. I like the way my feet are shaped. I like that I have really long legs. It's a little irritating to buy jeans for, but I love that I have long legs. I love that I have really long skinny fingers. I love that I have a really long neck. I love that my ears are the shape they are. I love all the pieces of who I am. Not in a vanity way, not like, oh, look at me, I'm so beautiful, but I am an entity that is living inside this meat suit, and I have the ability to let my meat suit do all these amazing things if I could just love all the pieces. And charging my water and being intentional with trying to learn to love the parts of my body that I have been upset with, angry with, frustrated. I get very frustrated that every little piece of weight goes to my hips. I don't like it. I don't mind that I'm shaped like an hourglass, but I don't like that my hips are so big. But I can't have one without the other. So I have to untangle that. I really have to work on that. And that's what I'm working on right now. And so it's really nice that I get Nourish Your Temple this morning and water, because starting off in what most people consider a new year, January 1st is considered the new year to modern social society. I consider my new year back the 1st of November. So I know that the mindset of the world right now is this whole new year thing. And many, many people, because I see it all over social media, I cannot tell you how many different exercise programs and diet books and commercials about eating in the last week. If you're not susceptible to any kind of marketing, great. But OMG, I have watched so much shame, guilt, disappointment, and deliberate marketing manipulation in the last week leading up to the New Year's, that if you're anybody who has a hard time with self-image, this is going to be a big deal. And you're going to probably feel awful. Oh, in the new year, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to start this and I'm going to start that. Even my husband has been susceptible to it. He told me the other day, he goes, okay, in the new year, I'm going to eat clean and I'm going to do all this. And I said, great, we can help each other. And then I left it alone because unfortunately, he's fallen susceptible to this whole shame, really bad shame, guilt, fear, disappointment cycle with all this advertising. And that's why I was really glad these cards came up, because instead of looking at it in a shameful way, look at just doing basic things. I consider self-care, basic self-care, water, charging your water, charge your water, and breath. And go watch Eileen's video. I really mean that. Just watch her breath video. It's an amazing video that helps. She talks about some of the things I talk about, but I think that if you want to start with an exercise program or joining the gym or doing all these fancy things, great. But I like to tell people to start small, add one thing at a time. Let that one thing become your habit, the thing you just do all the time. You don't even think about it before you add another thing. Because many times, if you've got trauma around your body, if you start a big thing, you can get to a point where you self-sabotage, and then it's even more of a cycle. So these are the two big cards for today. And then let's talk about Scorpion, because Scorpion is woven into this too. Scorpion is a passionate, determined creature. Their career is very important. Sometimes Scorpion's heat festers and they focus on unresolved events from the past, usually a situation that they were left feeling burned. The Scorpion card says it's time to come clean about your feelings so everyone can heal and you can get back to your usual fiery, fun self. We have so much fun in our bodies. We do. We have amazing fun in our bodies. There's amazing, blissful things that come from having a human meat suit. And entities from all across the universe have come here to experience this, just to experience it, and some to help us all come out of this weird dark time that we're in. And the human body is full of sensual, visceral experiences. And it is an amazing experience of passion and connection. You cannot do it alone. You cannot do it alone. And the Scorpion card reminds us, instead of worrying about and obsessing and going back to, oh, I shouldn't have eaten that cookie, or I shouldn't have had that cake, and look at how awful my body is. Instead of that, come clean about how you feel so that you can heal and you can allow the community around you to help you heal. These are really powerful cards today. I told you it was going to be a deep one. I think I'm going to end with Celtic Devotional. I wanted to read the morning for Tuesday of Samhain because I thought it was quite appropriate. Weaver of life, receiver of death, you teach us time and eternity and the blessings of change. In the silence of our meeting, reveal to me how I am also needed to change. Your merciful compassion is my guide. Soul friends, teacher of my soul, your revolutionary influence upon me shows the curve of my life's spiral. May I ever be true to the spiritual pathway as it is revealed to me this day. Help me to meditate upon the questions of this day. So, the journal entry for self-care, if you would like to, I'm going to pull one every day. And if you want to, this is not a bad idea to do a little journal entry. I've already done my journaling this morning. I'm not sure I'm going to follow these, but you are welcome to. I think they're pretty good. I've read through all of them. They all seem pretty good. What is your body calling for, and what can you do to nourish it more? Those of you that are natural number 4s, this card is probably for you. This card is saying that it is a focus on the lower abdomen. I would say it's a 2-4 card, probably. Nourish your temple. Do a journal prompt. Charge your water, people. Charge your water and charge your food. Slow down when you eat. I timed my stepson yesterday. He ate dinner. He got a DoorDash dinner, and he ate his dinner, and it was a lot. It's a lot of food, and he ate all of it in 7 minutes. Your brain does not even produce the chemical to digest your food properly for 7 to 11 minutes after you start eating. So when you sit down for a meal, have a pre-meal. Use a bitters. Use a bitters tincture. Take a couple bitters under the tongue about 5 minutes before you're going to eat. Sit down, have a glass of tea or water. Eat, chew, allow your body to masticate. Really masticate your food. Do some pre-digestion. Put your fork down. Bless each bite that you eat. That'll help you slow down. There's a lot of tools and techniques, but our American society has gotten away from taking food leisurely. We all have been there. We all go out to eat, but we're still going out to eat and hurry up. The waitresses hurry up and order, and because she doesn't get paid unless that, and she doesn't get as many tips if the tables are taking their time. And unfortunately, that has contributed to us eating and running very fast. So slow down when you eat, take your time, charge your water, charge your food, nourish and honor your body. And I wish you a blessed day, and I will see you in prayer tomorrow. So I'll make sure this goes live here in about 10 minutes. Blessed be, and I'll see you tomorrow in prayer.